The difference between stock suspension and sending your suspension out to a company to get it done, this is very much a case-by-case basis for people. And what I ask first is, okay, how much do you weigh? And usually if somebody is in the 160 to 180 range, absolutely. Most of the time I say, you know what, probably worth not spending that extra money for now, depending on your skill level and your goals, because that bike was designed for that weight. A lot of bikes come, especially the Yamaha, the stock suspension is very good. If you're trying to be super competitive in racing, well then yes, it's certainly worth getting it sprung to your weight, getting it valved a certain way. I would say worth it. Can also be more worth it depending on what bike brand you're on. So if you're on a 2022, 23, or 24 Honda, I've said this many times before, but the suspension is, the chassis is rigid feeling. So therefore the suspension feels rigid feeling. Or maybe the chassis is too soft and therefore the suspension feels, I don't know. Either way, the suspension feels rigid. But most bikes that I've ridden, Hondas, that have the suspension done, it still doesn't feel good. So send me, this is stuff like that. And people that are going from 85s to big bikes, or can't choose whether to get a 125 or a 250 or a 350 or a 450 or a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke. So much of this is very case by case. It's all case by case. So if you want guidance, there is no better reason to be inside of the Moto Academy app, because you'll be able to get some guidance and opinions from other members inside of the app. And I can really work you through that process as well. Send me a direct message inside of the app so I can respond directly to you guys and make sure I don't miss it. I get asked those questions all the time. And I feel like I'm able to be really helpful in making people feel good about the bike choices that they make. Nothing worse than spending $10,000 on a bike, getting it, and then instantly realizing that you made the wrong choice. I could absolutely help you guys avoid that. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.